Hi, I'm Glenna. Welcome to Growing with Glenna and our Gardening with God video series. I'm so glad you're here. This space is all about growing faith, growing plants, and growing community. I wanted to take a moment just to share a little bit about myself so that you can understand why this space means so much to my heart and how it might speak to yours. I come from a long line of Texas gardeners, most of whom grew in deep, rich soil here in central Texas. I've got a lot of sand, some clay, but when you put a little grit into it and a little bit of compost and a lot of God's presence, you can grow some things. For as long as I can remember, I have been fascinated with how God gives life and brings life from the smallest of things. I might plant a seed and I may water it, but it's God that makes it grow. And I see his hand everywhere in a garden. That's the heart behind this series, Gardening with God, and honestly, behind my entire life. For many years, I worked as a teacher. In fact, I got my start at church in 4th grade in the cradle roll class, and I've been teaching ever since at all levels. At one point, I transitioned from inside a classroom full-time to working full-time as an educational consultant and did that for over 25 years. But I always believed I wasn't just teaching, I was gardening. Whether it was at elementary level or middle school level or secondary level or all the educators I've had the honor of working with, I believe strongly that my job was to be a gardener wherever God placed me. And now God has placed me here at Terra Hill Farm in the middle of Texas. I live here with my husband Michael and our two beloved Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, Brownie and Remy. I'm also the proud mother of a science teacher and an ICU nurse, and I am beyond honored to be their mom and to watch them plant in God's world. Whether I'm tending the garden or I'm leading a women's Bible study, my joy is in cultivating faith, friendship, and fruit that lasts.
If you haven't already subscribed, do that now so that you'll know when the next video from the Gardening with God series is uploaded. Thank you for joining me on this gardening adventure as we cultivate God's love in our hearts so much that someone is going to benefit from the fruit.